Youth-led protests against proposed tax hikes are causing a major headache for Kenya's government. That's as President William Ruto finds himself caught on the horns of a dilemma over the country's finances. One of those horns is Kenya's public debt. It stands at 68% of GDP. That's higher than the 55% recommended by the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. Amid acute liquidity challenges and uncertainty over its ability to access capital from financial markets, Kenya has turned to the IMF for help. It, in turn, has urged the government to meet revenue targets to access more funding. And that's led to the proposed tax hikes in the Kenya Finance Bill, which aims to raise an additional $2.7 billion in revenues. But the other horn of the dilemma is a rising cost of living for Kenya's population. That's been driven by inflation and steep tax rises in last year's finance bill. Ruto, elected on a pledge to uplift the lives of the poor, used the 2023 bill to introduce a housing tax and to raise the top personal income tax rate. Protesters and opposition parties want the whole 2024 bill to be scrapped. The proposed measures that have triggered protests include new levies on basic commodities like bread, vegetable oil and sugar, as well as a new motor vehicle circulation tax. An eco-levy on most manufactured goods, including sanitary towels and diapers, is also on the cards. In addition, the bill proposes increasing existing taxes on financial transactions. Ruto has since endorsed recommendations to scrap some of the taxes, including on car ownership, bread, and the eco-levy on locally manufactured goods.
We are going to have a conversation.
But the Finance Ministry has said such concessions would blow a $1.56 billion hole in the 2024-25 budget and necessitate spending cuts. Once passed by Parliament, the bill will need to be signed into law by Ruto within 14 days. He has acknowledged protesters and promised to engage with them. It's unclear when this will happen. It's also unclear whether the protests will intensify if the bill is passed. The social media-driven movement lacks a clear leadership structure, but many young protesters have vowed to keep demonstrating.